Hey guys,
Hey everybody.
today is day 16 of the Halloween movie challenge, and tonight we watched Gremlins. Um, Movie came out in 1985.
Yeah.
Fun little, I mean, I guess it would be a Halloween movie,
Yeah, a
kinda.
little bit.
Um, Funny little story about this movie. The rating on the movie says PG,
Yeah.
and like I said, this movie came out in 1985. So I guess back then they didn't have a PG-13 rating. That didn't come until a little bit later, and I hadn't seen this movie in a long, long time. So I had picked up this movie. I believe it was last year. I picked it up thinking this was a fun family movie. So me, my wife, and my son, who was 5 at the time, sat down and watched this movie.
And he was really excited at first. Like
Yeah.
watching it in the beginning, he was excited. It was good.
Well, because I mean, the beginning of the story, the movie, it starts off very cute. You have
Mhm.
Gizmo, who's adorable, right? A very cute little creature there, and my son was Jordan was very, he thought he was adorable. He loved him. He was like, oh, this is a great movie. And I remember just sitting there watching the movie. It's playing. We see the father go and he buys Gizmo at the like that little Chinese shop or whatever it
Yep.
is. Brings him home, gives it to the kid. Um, and it's cute. It's a puppet. You know what I mean? It's like those animatronic puppets there. So they're really nicely done, adorable, and my son was loving it. And then the water spilled on him,
Mhm.
and that part was started getting a little shaky, but then Jordan thought it was adorable when he saw the other ones pop up, and they were
Yep.
cute, and they looked just like Gizmo too. So it was like, oh, okay, cool. So there's more Gizmos. Um, then it gets to the part where they one of them unplugs the clock because you're not supposed to pour water on them and you're not supposed to feed them after midnight. You pour water on them, they multiply. You feed them after midnight, they turn into the scaly
Yes,
gremlins.
the crazy, crazy ones.
Yeah. So one of them unplugged the clock, and Billy, who was the main character in this, the kid, didn't realize it was later than what it was. He fed them, and they the next morning were in like these cocoon pod things,
Mhm.
and they turn into the evil ones. And one of them is actually at the school, um, being like kind of tested, being observed and stuff like that. And we're watching the movie, everything's fine. Um, you know, Jordan starts thinking that when they're turning into the scaly ones, that's creepy, which it kind of is, but it's still not too bad. But then it gets to the part where the one in the school gets out, because the one in the school ended up eating a little bit of the sandwich that the
Yes, that the
professor
teacher,
left.
the teacher left behind.
Yeah, so he ended up getting his hands on that. He ate it, and that's how he turned, uh, separately from the group. And and I remember watching it and just being like, this is getting a little dark.
Yep.
And then the teacher puts his hand underneath the desk to offer a candy bar, and it goes to that shot where you see his face, and then he starts screaming. I remember looking at Jordan, and Jordan just like wide-eyed, just looking
Yeah,
at
it
the
was a
screen.
horrified look.
Yeah, and I remember I told him, I said, oh, don't worry, that was probably just this one part. It's probably, it's not gonna stay like this. But
See, I didn't remember the movie. I know that me and you watched it like 15 years ago
yeah, I
when we
mean,
were first
I
dating.
remember watching this. It was on TV.
I
I think it
didn't
was like
remember.
USA.
I didn't remember like anything of it.
I didn't remember it being that dark. So like
Yeah,
when I was watching it, when that part came up, I was kind of like, oh man,
yeah.
this
But
is
you
kind of
always
creepy.
remember things differently from when you're younger. Like I know I've come across movies where I'm like, yeah, this movie was amazing, the best movie, and then you put it on and it's like,
Yeah, that happens a lot too.
what in the
That's why
world
it's
did
iffy
I
with these old
like?
movies. Yeah,
What did I like so much about that movie? Like it happens all the time.
yeah. But all I know is like pretty much right after that we stopped it. We didn't watch it because he started getting freaked out. I even had to go on YouTube and show him behind the scenes like how they made the puppets move and
Which
stuff.
helped a lot.
It helped them a lot, which is great that we have that luxury now. Because when I was a kid, if I got freaked out watching a movie, I just pretty much had my parents telling me that it was fake. Whereas with this, nowadays, we can actually show them. Because, on YouTube, there's some great stuff about how they made them and how they use them. And, that way you can see it's fake. It's just a puppet.
Yeah.
But I like how they made them too. That's the thing with the 80s. They did a great job with like 80s and like 90s. They did a great job with like the like puppets and like you had Jim Henson doing a lot of stuff with like obviously the Muppets and like the Ninja Turtle movie and stuff like that. And then stuff like this. It's like these things are great. I don't know if we'll ever see things like this ever again because now everything's CG. Everything is just computer and just like people in like green suits. So it's awesome going back to something like this and seeing how they used to do it, where everything was made. You had to make these characters or these creatures and put machinery to make them move. So you had a guy like controlling it and another one talking for it or whatever. So it's really cool to go back every once in a while and see something like that because I don't know if we'll see those anymore. I mean, a lot of movies now, it's all computers. You're lucky if you get anything even close to this anymore. But once the Gremlins become bad, that's when the movie kind of takes a little bit of a darker turn. But it is funny though. In my opinion, it's funny. Like the mom whoops some butt.
Yeah.
She just like she like. One of them gets like blended in the cookie, the blender or whatever.
Mixer.
Oh my gosh! She turns it on, blends them. There's just slime splashing everywhere.
Other one she stabs
them,
Yep.
and then she stuffs the other one in the microwave.
Oh, and explodes.
And he explodes.
Jeez.
I was like, whoa! I'm like this, this mom's whooping some butt. And then she, and then like a little bit later on, I know the one with the mohawk there, Stripe, I believe his name was. He gets the YMCA because now he's like the only other one at this point. Jumps into the swimming pool, multiplies a bunch of them, and then things really get out of control. But like one part that's
when the whole town just starts.
Yeah, everything just goes right downhill because they cause trouble. They're not friendly creatures, but they're also like almost like crazy college kids, like partying, if you think of it that way, because like there was like when they went to the movie theater, they're all like having fun and like making a mess. They're not hurting anybody at that part. They're just watching the movie. They're watching Snow White too, kind of random, odd. But they're watching that and they're just making a huge mess. I really like the part too where that older lady sits in her little chair to go up the stairs, and they did something to it, and it sends the chair flying out the window.
Oh, he ripped some of the wires.
That was awesome. Like he sends her flying right out the window, man. That was pretty funny.
Flying out the window.
Yeah, that was a good part. That was probably one of my favorites. But yeah, they did a lot of things too. Like you had the snow plow or whatever in the guy's barn that comes crashing out into the house. The kids try to tell the cops. Obviously, they don't believe them. Then you see Santa Claus being attacked. I mean, not the real Santa, obviously, but you see the guy dressed up as Santa being attacked by like a couple of these in the street. Yeah. Not be attacked every year. He dresses up as Santa every year. But and then they had that story of the main girl. I can't remember her name, but she was talking about her father dressing up as Santa and getting stuck in the chimney. Like that's a dark story, man.
That is.
Like she's like, oh, my father, he was missing, and then there was a smell, and it was in the chimney.
Jordan is a bit older.
Yeah, this is clearly more of a PG-13
right now,
movie.
It's going to be a while.
Yeah.
Especially with him, he's very absorbent. Especially to scary things, a lot scares him very easy, so.
He's kind of like you, like anything with like creepy faces or anything like that. Even if it's not meant to be like that scary, it kind of sticks with him. And then we have A Long Night. But
so.
Whereas for me, I know when I was growing up, I wasn't like that. I was watching horror movies at a young age, and it didn't bother me. Not really. I mean, I remember falling asleep one night watching a horror movie. So like you're about to right now.
Sorry. Sorry, everyone. It was a long day at work.
Yeah, this challenge is definitely tougher than we thought it would be. Every single night watching a movie, and you get out late too, so.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is fun.
It's very fun. We get to literally see a different movie every single night.
Yeah.
So it is fun.
Yeah.
A little bit tough, challenging, especially having kids.
It's just staying up for it. That's what it is.
I know.
But
That's how you know you're getting older.
yeah, that and when you have to work bright and early in the morning.
Yeah. But this was a good movie. Like I said, I saw it 15 years ago with you.
Yeah.
And it was cute. Like I love Gizmo.
Steven Spielberg, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you know when his name's on there, it's gonna be something good. But,
Yeah, it was cute, especially Gizmo. Gizmo's the cutest little thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, all like you said. I'm sorry. Take the rating with a grain of salt because.
This was before PG-13 was the thing.
Yeah, I really would not put this at a PG rating.
No.
Personally, I put it at a PG-13.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I think this movie actually is what created it to be is what created the PG-13. I believe it was this one and one other one around the same time that's when they finally created the PG-13 rating. Because before it used to go from PG to R.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure. But yeah, like she was saying, you definitely you know, it says PG, but just it's not. I would wait till they're a little bit old. I mean, you guys know your kids better than us, so
yeah.
if they're good with it,
your
then
judgment, obviously.
yeah.
With ours,
it freaked them out.
it freaked him out. We
So.
have to be careful. Like he won't even watch. If you guys have ever heard of Coraline, he gets very scared of faces,
Yeah.
like me.
Because they have the big button eyes on that
Yes.
one scene, and that's
Yeah,
what did it.
So he's exactly not saying I'm afraid of Coraline, but he's very afraid of what shows on the screen, like the faces
Yeah.
of certain things. Like he loved The Nightmare Before Christmas, but Jack scared him a little bit.
The black eyes.
Yes, you know what I mean. So it is rated PG. I personally, and so you, I don't think that belongs PG. I think it belongs PG-13.
Yeah. I mean, he's also young. Jordan's only 6,
Yeah.
so he's young. Maybe for all we know, in another year or so, he'll be just fine and watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It all depends on the kid. But I liked the movie. I thought it was a good movie. I liked it then. I like it now. And like I said, I love the puppets. I really do. And the dark humor in it is just awesome. Like I said, it's I don't know. Some people say it's a Halloween movie, maybe even a Christmas movie, but
A little bit of both though, because
Yeah.
they're celebrating Christmas.
yeah, I mean,
So.
but all I know is that it's a fun movie, and we wanted to check it out today, so we did. So there you go. That's what I have
Yeah.
to say about it.
Like I said, let us know what you guys think on horror movies. Can you do them? Do you not like them? And then let us know if you guys have any ideas of any movies you want us to review. Please let us know. We're welcome to every suggestion.
But all right, guys. Thank you very much. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, and just so you don't miss any of our videos, make sure you hit the bell notification.
All right, bye,
Good
guys.
night.